What's going on, people? Welcome to this week's edition of the Flex and Rants show. We saying Rants?
Bruv, good as usual, bruv.
Yeah?
You know how it is.
I feel like I've been revived. I feel like I was treated to scintillating football that we've been missing for 20 years.
Yeah.
Watching the treble reunion game.
Bruv, it was nuts. It was nuts. Like the nostalgia, bro. Like, and the new kit looks fucking sick.
It does look good, innit?
Bro, I told everyone.
It does look good.
See, when it came up, people were like, oh, no, it's too plain. The kit does
look nice.
Sick.
I have to give it that. And now I held it in person as well because someone got me one as well. And it is nice. It is nice. It is nice. But listen, the players on show, they all came back apart from, say, Giggs.
Roy Keane.
And Roy Keane.
Because he can't sit with the gaffer. Yeah. You know them ones there,
He's
bro.
like, no. But listen, man, the players, I have to start off with the main guy, Bex, man. Like, this guy, I'm being deadly serious. If we just got him fit, he could come and play for us now, and he would be our best passer, our best crosser. He'd be our best right winger.
Yeah, he'd be up there with the best passer, do you know what I mean? I'm sure PP would have something to say about that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True.
All right, yeah. But I tell you what, yeah, Beckham is like...
I don't know how much of it, though, was the fact that he was playing against some serious
and
OAPs.
he had bare space as well.
Yeah,
like he was
ridiculous.
pinging it and that.
We could have played in that game. It was so
easily. It was an industrial paced game. But you know what? Yeah, it was beautiful exhibition stuff. But it shows you class is permanent. You see the techers that these men have. Yeah, like bro, it's a sight to behold, and it actually shows you how shit these men are now. And actually, the levels were so high back in the days that these players that we didn't realise how good they were, at the time.
Them for granted, didn't
we
it?
took them for granted because the players they were playing with, competing with, were so good that you looked at, like, I knew Poborski was always a baller, but you look at the Poborskis, the Blomqvists, and you think, you know what? Like, when you saw them start, you were like, oh.
Didn't
you know
really rate them that much
and
at the time,
was starting, I was like, oh, bruv, where's Giggs and that?
Yeah.
But now, my man's looking, bruv, Jesper can start now, fam. Do you know what I mean? Take Lingard out, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And put Jesper in there, bro.
When Poborski come on as well, bruv, he was
plucking shit out the air. Like,
I was like, what's this?
That ball come down with snow on it, bruv, and he just killed it. Ping.
Dennis Irwin, bruv.
Overlaps.
Up and down.
Bro.
I was like partially embarrassed.
And even Gary
like,
Neville, was overlapping and getting into the box and pulling crosses back. That's what I expect from my fullbacks. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why I am the way I am, bro.
Are we actually doing this? Are we actually saying
bruv,
these men are better than the players?
Yes.
They're not better than
I want my fullbacks to get to the byline and drive into the box and pull crosses back. That's what I want from my fullbacks. Irwin and Neville both got they were getting shots off, blood. You see what I'm saying?
Brown went right back for a little bit as well. He did okay. And listen, Yap Stam, man, big Yap Stam is
my guy, bro.
Like, I swear to you, I spoke to him after the game as well, and you lot would have seen it in the vlog now. But he's just as competitive as hell. He was kicking 10 bells out of them, man. There was like 3 of them, one of them. He done like a Maradona turn, and then someone come
next
clattering to him,
and then clatter.
And they come in his face like, what? And he's like, what? What? You think I do charity games? You think I do treble reunion testimonials, bro?
Charity.
No. And he said, you see it in it, he says, we were winners, it was instilled in us, we were competitive, winning was the only thing. And he said, I don't care if it was a testimonial. And he was just kicking lumps out of people, man. He didn't give a shit.
Absolute legend, bruv. Him and Johnson. And you see how Ollie came out and said, we could have done with them two at centre-back. So Ollie knows them man are shit, you know. That's the one thing I have to say. That's the best thing I took from that whole game, you know, is the fact that Ollie knows these men are shit.
Yeah.
Because he's like, we could have done with Yap Stam at centre-back and Ronnie, bruv. Them two, Ronnie Johnson, another very, very underrated centre-back in the history of the club, bruv. Nobody ever realises how good Ronnie Johnson was. Nobody talks about
really well. He read the game
Nobody
really
talks
well,
about how good he is, how good he was, bruv. Them two together, cheese.
Henningberg was another one like that.
Henningberg was good as well.
Player.
He's a good player, bruv. And these
men
are
that's what I'm saying, like squad
high football IQ players. Even our squad players, even like the Silvestris, and them guys, they did a job. These men are better than the Rohos and that are coming in, bruv. Mikel Silvestre, way better than a fucking Marcus Rojo.
And we'll talk about Rojo in a minute because there's a story that we're gonna talk about with some of the comments that he's been saying. He's had a meeting with Ollie, but hold that thought on Rojo. The thing that it shows is that you look at the players that we had around that time, like you said, so your Blomqvists, your Poborskis, your Henningbergs, your Ronnie Johnsons, not like top name brand elite level, but they were all very good pros, and bought into how we played and gave everything, but had good, like you said, technical ability. It proves, I know football's moved on way from there, but that ethos is still there because you can see it in Liverpool's sides. They haven't got world-class players in every position.
Yeah.
It proves that the type of transfer window we need, like, it's easy to. We don't want to live in the past.
We need an efficient window. We don't need to just sign loads of big names.
Top-notch players. We don't need to do that.
Squad players that are competent to come in and we can still keep the same attacking ethos and play the same style of football no matter who's on the pitch.
Yeah.
That's what we need to get to, innit?
And I think we'll see that. I know we haven't.
We'll see that over 2 windows, I think,
yeah,
because Ollie's not just looking at names. He's looking at players that can come in and do a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and help maintain what we're trying to do. So
something that is concerning though. Rojo said, "I want to stay at United." He did speak to Boca Juniors. However, he wants to stay. I think he signed like a 3-year contract extension a couple of years ago or something like that. I can't remember. I think it was like a year and a half ago. I think signed a contract extension, and he said, "This is quote: I had a chat with Solskjaer, and Ollie says that I'm in his plans." Now, we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of Rojo, so we can make a fair assessment of what type of player he is. Did okay in the Van Gaal era when he came in. I thought he was quite solid in some games. Then just lost his way from there, and then obviously injuries crept in. Just rash. He's a brute and he's on it, but
bro, Marcus Rojo,
he's not the quality that we need.
What saves him is he's aggressive, he's left-footed, and he can play multiple positions. He can play left full-back, left back, and left centre-back. I think that's the only thing that saves him, is that he's multifunctional and he's aggressive as well. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the only thing that saves him.
But is that a worry? Like, again, like Ollie could be trying to keep these guys.
I don't know. I think
how could he seriously say you're in my plans, unless it's not tactical but business-like in terms of, yeah, you're in my plans because you got this much left on your contract, so we can get rid of you next year or January.
I don't know, because think about it this way, yeah? Like, who's Luke Shaw's understudy at left back? We don't have one. You don't have no.
For it to be Marcus Rojo's even worse.
It is, but like, if we get rid of Rojo, that means we have to actively seek a left back, and maybe he thinks that that's not my priority this season, even though I think
so. Keep him as like the utility
so you keep him for the utility man.
Left back's not the priority.
Well, that's what I mean. So because of that,
he
probably thinks, you know what, he's left-footed, he can play left back.
And
so I'll keep,
but then it makes you think. You know, Jones and Smalling 1 million trillion gazillion % are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Eric Bailly situation.
And Axel as well.
Tuanzebe might come back in. So it's like, who are we offloading then? Apart from Damian, out of that, there's not really. So then it's back to the Deadwood thing of, are we really going to get rid of these players that we need moving on? Probably not.
Yeah, it's
probably
poor.
not.
It's poor, bruv. Ollie needs to get rid of Rojo, really. And I would have got rid of Jones as well, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd have got rid of Jones. I'd have brought Tuanzebe in as Jones's cover. And then I'd have still had him, Tuanzebe, Smalling, Bailly, and then, bruv, buy another centre-back. And then we're nice, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Because look, I know there's been loads about the Ligt. We're not going to do another video on that. There's been so much talk about it. Obviously United have ruled themselves out, and I spoke to some guys in the press
United
staff, and they were like,
that's lies, blood.
What he did say to me is that your mate actually, he was like, at the end of the day, but Man United are smart and know that he's basically heading to Barcelona. You know what I'm saying? Because there's two ways of looking at the Ligt thing. I know I just say we're not going to really talk about, but just quickly, I have my saying, you say yours. I think it's easy to look at it and think, see, our club's so shit. They've ruled themselves out of the Ligt because they'd rather have Smalling and Jones. If you think that that's what Man United have done, I think you're on a different planet. There's no way they've sat there and gone, we definitely don't want him because we'd rather have Smalling and Jones. What it is the fact that they don't want to get led down the garden path. These are the same guys that, you know, we're talking about 300k a week for this kid. And if you're looking at not going to Barcelona to choose to come to Manchester United, it's going to be money driven. You're going to want to go Barcelona instead. And the fact that if United sell themselves down a river though, Rants, in terms of trying to go after this guy when we could go and get the target. If they've got good sources or know that he's pretty much going to go to Barcelona, they may as well be like, don't try and drag us in to get more money out of the
maybe they don't know, but what it is remember the Sergio Ramos thing that happened with us before.
Used us to get more peas.
He used us to get more peas. And
Golden done the same thing last year.
And I think that he might want to come, but at the same time he might think, you know what, I'm just going to keep my options open and see what happens. United don't need to be this options open club, bruv. If you don't want to come to play at the club,
move on.
Then we go
and that's what I'm saying,
else.
because we can't afford to dilly-dally in this transfer window.
We can't. We need
as
to
much
get
as
our
I
business
want
done.
the Ligt, that would be the perfect signing.
Definitely.
The perfect signing.
Definitely.
But
with Ollie,
I don't believe that
get our business done
we're going
early.
to get it done. I think he's going Barcelona, and I think United and the board know he's going Barcelona, so they're like, you know what, let's just squat. I'd rather them do that to us. I'd rather them just come out and say, no, we're actually not in for him, so that they can actually focus on getting shit done. Because like Ollie said, for the 1st of July, he wants players there. And we're not going to do that for
But that's what happens when you do all this bullshit. Just go get fucking Harry Maguire, bruv. Like, he's English, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we don't want to gas up the English players,
No, but it don't matter. You get Harry and get Toby, blood. Them two together would cost you what the Ligt costs.
Yeah.
Just fucking buy both of them. And we're cool. Like, Harry knows what Manchester United's about. You don't need to sell the club to him.
Yeah, and it'll be a step up for him. He'll be hungry. He's still got good years left in his tank.
But this is it.
He'll be ready.
You do not need to sell Manchester United to English players, bro. You go and get Harry.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's a no-brainer. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what these men are on. You grab Harry, ball playing centre back. Do you know what I mean? Grab Toby, ball playing centre back. We're cool.
It's just whether
that's all we need to do.
Or not we go and do it. One of the questions that was in our in the question section, which I haven't got yet, but it's just because we're talking about transfers, is the fact that we haven't signed anybody yet. Are you nervous? Are you worried?
And these time Dortmund signed all 3 man already.
We had this week after week in last year's transfer window when we first started the show. It was, Ollie hasn't signed X, Y, Z. Jose hasn't signed X, Y, Z. Are you worried? And we were like, no, we've got Fred so far. Yeah, but Ollie came out
and said, that we're going to do things differently, and he wants everyone in place by the tour. So let's see.
Is it still too early?
Yes, it's too early to be expecting better signings.
Everyone's season hasn't even finished yet.
Yeah, no one in the Prem hasn't even, bro. Like, the European Cup finals ain't even gone yet. Yeah. You know, them ones there. Like, so
I think that's where we'll see action.
So when men are worried about that, I'm like, nobody signed no one yet, bruv. No one in England anyway. Do you know what I mean? All these other teams, they've got like little partnerships and they've had these things kind of done and dusted on the side, bro. But like, the teams that ain't doing nothing, do you know what I mean? So I'm not really worried.
I've got to talk about Ed Woodward actually, because I bumped into a fan yesterday and how you doing, Fletcher? All right, man. Listen, man, you're going in on Ed Woodward, yeah? But let me tell you something, yeah? If you think that he's solely telling these managers what players to buy, not me personally, but he goes, if people think that, he goes, they're living on another planet. He goes, I'll tell you what the problem is.
I agree. I said the same thing.
He goes, I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is that we've got the wrong managers and the recruitment's been all wrong, etc., etc. And I said, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up, because we do talk about Ed Woodward, and you say a lot in terms of that the board have spent money. The problem has been recruitment, but then there is the issue of, I think there's too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yes.
I think that. I don't think Ed Woodward's walking into Jose Mourinho's office and going, you are not buying him because I know football better than you, and he will. I don't think it's that, but I think there's too many people having inputs without a clear direction.
But that comes down to the club structure, but there's too many scouts. There's no director of football, so who makes the final decision? The manager makes the final decision, but the players that the managers have wanted to bring in have not been good enough. Do you know what I mean? Even when Mourinho was saying, I go to Ed and I give him a list of 3 or 4 players. We're Manchester United, you don't do the 3 or 4 players. You pick your targets and you get them. Yeah. That's what Klopp did, bruv. He waited a year for Van Dijk, bruv. A whole season he waited. He didn't buy another centre-back because he couldn't get Van Dijk. He waited because that's what he wanted. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Jose's like, we give him a first choice, second choice and that.
Yeah.
So Ed tries to get you all of them, and then only the third choice is available, because either they don't want to spend the money, or like, we can't have man right now. So what, you'd rather just take third choice? No, you fucking wait, bruv. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference. So I blame the managers for recruitment, because the Herrera thing, the Rojo, all these guys, Morgan Schneiderlin and that, these are guys that we wanted. It's not like...
They didn't just end up on
they didn't just end up on our doorstep. We wanted these guys.
I'll tell you what, it'll be good.
Schneiderlin was statistically the best centre mid in the league, the league before the season before we bought him.
When he came, I was like,
I was gassed.
Because actually, and he made another good point, this guy, and he won't mind me saying, I don't know his name, but he was a cool guy to speak to, man. He clearly watches the channel, because he come up to me and was like, did I see your stuff? Why don't you talk about this? But he said, the players that have come, he made that point, he said, the players that we've actually got, at the time, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, we can do with a Schneiderlin, that'll shore up the midfield. And he just came, it didn't work. Herrera was like, he's a ball playing from Atletico Bilbao, he could play. Rojo, he's just been in the World Cup, in the finals of Argentina, he's solid. Darmian, he's just, Italy, you've seen him in the World Cup,
mate, and he pocketed Sterling, bro. I watched him,
in that game against Italy, he was good. So it's about, the players that we identified have just flopped. And they haven't been good enough as well. And you know what I'm saying? And we haven't built year on year, and the recruitment's just been shocking.
It has, and that's what it is, and that comes down to the DOF not picking the right profile of players. They might be good in a certain system, but can they do it here? You know what I mean? And that's why Ferguson always, most of the time, bought players that were based in the UK, even if they weren't English, because you know what you're gonna fucking get.
You think we should just raid the Premier League?
But that's what I would do, bruv. Like, bruv, what did Bayern Munich do? They get all the best players from in the German league. Do you know what I mean? What do Real Madrid do? They do the same thing. Apart from if it's a Galactico, they'll get the best players from in here. We need to go to all the best of the rest, and go to Wolves and say, give me Ruben Neves, blood. Do you know what I mean? We need to go to fucking...
There's 50 M's.
You know what I'm saying? We already know that Tielemans, can play in the Premier League, He's on loan from Monaco. Go get him.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. You know that Harry Maguire can play in the Premier League because he does it weekend. Go get him. Do you see what I'm saying?
We know the stage.
Those are the kind of guys, bruv. Wan-Bissaka as well. You know that he can play in the Premier League. Go get him.
Yeah.
None of this fucking.
We need Premier League.
Go
Idris
and try.
and Ndidi, all these
these man. Go get them.
I think you look at like the transfers that we've had like in the past, trying to get like the big names and shirt sales and all that. A Bale, a Pogba. Someone's going to show like a Dybala, a Griezmann. These kind of ilk of guys. But I keep saying it. Like,
it's good to buy one of them, but we don't need loads of them.
We're not in a position where them players are going to flourish under us. We're not.
We need to build a stable foundation, and then them players can flourish in it. We're going to buy one of them players because the more money we spend on these kind of players, the more money we make in it, and it's a business for these guys. The reason why us and Real Madrid keep making record revenues is because they buy big names, they sell a lot of shirts in it. So Ed Woodward will want a Gareth Bale, or he'll want a Griezmann, or he'll want a Dybala, because he knows that even if I pay these man like 10 million a year, I know that they're going to make me 70 million on shirt sales. So it makes sense. It's a business move. But as long as there's only one of them signings and the rest of the signings are to build the core strength of the team, then I don't mind one big name coming in a season, bruv. I really don't mind it, bro.
As long as you can facilitate it, like you said, with workmen like squad players
around them, so these guys can flourish.
Exactly, that are going to aid.
And that's where we fucked up with Pogba.
We
brought in Pogba, but we didn't bring in the industrial midfielders to play around him to get the best out of him. We didn't do it. We brought him in to do 2 or 3 jobs. So we let him down, and we can't do that to the next guy. You can't bring in an Antoine Griezmann and still be playing Jesse Lingard, bruv. Because then what's the point? You see what I mean? What's the point?
I think I might be able to link up quite well with Griezmann.
Fuck that, bro. Like, if you bring in a Griezmann, you need to make sure that you can get him the ball.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. These guys
what's the point?
I said we can go and get Dybala right now and put him at the top as our number 9. But what would happen in this current squad? He would flop.
Yep.
Wouldn't get the ball, wouldn't get the service, and he would just be drowned out. Listen, I saw something funny about Lukaku. A few reports. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Apparently, Inter Milan are willing to pay 50 M's for him and pay his 175k. Yeah. Conte potentially going to go there. Now, Man United are trying to hold out for 70, 80. Are you fucking crazy? Like, listen.
Now you want to do proper business. After you've been letting man go for undisclosed fees
for the best part of 90
mil.
And there's
75 million
doubt
plus.
That he's gone down in stature since he's been at United. The fact that they're even willing to pay the 50 and
pay his wages.
Pay 175 a week.
Yeah.
Laters.
Let him go. Let him go.
I mean, come on, man. How is that even possible?
He's going. I told man he was going anyway, bruv. I know that he told Oli that he wants to leave.
Like, I think the writing was on the wall as soon as Jose kind of left, really.
Yeah, but that's it. And he knew it.
Even the back end of Jose's thing, he was benching him.
He was benching him. But you see when Jose left, that's when he started making noises about Italy, remember?
Yeah.
He was saying, like a dream and all that. Shut up,
Love to tell my kids that I've been here, done it, been there.
This is it, and now you're seeing all these videos of him in the gym now, working out, trying to get this move. Bruv, that man know what they're doing. You can go, fam.
I think Lukaku will go, but it'll be painful to see if Man United price themselves out of letting him go by trying to recoup.
They won't do that, bruv. You can't keep a player that's on that much money, that's not playing. I think it's inevitable.
Yeah, and he won't want to stay.
Yeah,
he won't
want to stay.
He backs his ability, and to be fair to him, he would be good in Italy. He would back.
He'd score goals for Inter Milan. He absolutely would.
He'd bad up that league, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He'll be like
down to the team.
Some Poundland Adriano blood in that league, bruv. You know what I mean? That's what he'd be.
Adriano though.
Adriano was
rocket left
sick,
foot.
bruv.
99 flipping shot power on Pro Evo,
blood. Oh my.
Outside the Master League and that.
Oh, Adriano.
Couldn't even do a proper Premier League thing. You had to play against like North London Red and that. West London Whites was Fulham and that.
Bro.
Merseyside Blue, Merseyside Red, all of that. Anyway, I don't even know why we're talking about Pro, but that's just how it goes. I want to talk about wages though and the structure, because I was just talking about the 175k there for Lukaku that Inter were willing to pay. But let's talk about the wage structure and wages in general at our club. Sanchez came through the ballpark and blew it out, So the whole thing's in balance. You've got the Herrera situation where he probably was looking for the 2+.
He's looking for 250.
You know what I'm saying?
Smoking.
And smoking, but then if you look in your working environment, actually, well, he's on that, and I play way more. You got to shout, is what I'm saying.
You do play more, but the thing is,
you're not worth it. But
Sanchez,
you got to shout.
is like the poster boy of his country. Herrera, you can't even get into your Spanish squad. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't worth that, bro.
But he knows what he's worth to Man United because the club love him.
Yeah, I know what you're worth to United.
You know what I'm saying?
But
so he's always going to do it. But what I'm saying is,
football
other
terms,
players
you're not
are
a 200 grand a week footballer. Herrera's a 100 grand a week footballer. He is.
But you're right. But I'm saying our structure, our wage structure has made it to make him think that. In fact, I'm going to go for, you got the Rashford situation looking at what? 250 plus.
He's a 100 grand a week footballer.
You had the Luke Shaw got put on what? What did he get put on? 170, 180?
180.
Ish. So it's already.
Yeah, it's already skewed.
You know, Smalling and Jones are going to be.
Fuck.
So what the question is with the transfers coming up, because the Ligt thing was, do we want to give a 19-year-old 300k a week?
Not really.
Exactly. So do we look to offload Sanchez and get back to a wage structure where we're more on par, or if they're good enough, just give them what they want? But we tried
I would do that. I would do that personally.
If they're good enough, give them
Bro,
what they want.
As much as Dilit's 19, I don't give a fuck if he's 19. I'll give him 200 bags, blood. I would, because Barca not going to give him that. If he goes to Barca, he'll be on that 150. Calm.
What about the thing of these men are only? We've had the mercenary thing.
Yeah,
we've got the fine balance of.
Yeah, but the thing is,
you know what I'm saying?
We're
coming
rebuilding.
For the money or coming
we're
for
rebuilding. If you want to rebuild
progress.
the team for the future of the team,
Yeah.
you need certain man as a spine.
He's
innit?
one of the.
Ligt, is your spine for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. So you give him the 200 bags. Do you see what I'm saying?
I feel like you're more certain than last week. You know when we were saying the Koulibaly and the Ligt thing?
You know why?
You
know why?
I feel like you've kind of gone actually.
You know why I'm thinking about the Ligt thing? I'm thinking about the Ligt, is Raiola, which means if the Ligt stays, Pogba stays, blood. You know that one? If the Ligt comes, Pogba stays for one, Raiola and Ed Woodward got a very good relationship, Like, Jose didn't like Raiola, but Raiola and Woodward are money man, innit? Them man understand.
But that worries me because Raiola could just be trying to get more money for the Ligt at a bigger contract for somewhere else by saying this. He could be fucking us all over.
What
Raiola
Reiola realizes is Raiola wants his own money, innit?
Exactly.
Raiola wants the bag, and Raiola knows if he goes Man United,
Woodward
will nice me,
okay.
and then like I'm in a position now where I've got my clients here, I'm getting my money, and then say if it doesn't work out in 5 years, man can get another fee, take man somewhere else. Like it's a win-win for Raiola, innit? But the way I see it is him and Woodward got a good relationship. You build a strong spine of a Ligt kind of player, and then a Pogba kind of player, and you get a good striker, bruv. You need a strong spine, bruv, because right now Lindelof ain't spine to me. He's a good player, but he's Ronnie Johnson, he's not Yap Stam. You know them ones there, like, we need a Yap Stam, bruv. Like, you see what I'm trying to say? So for me, if I'm giving a 19-year-old 200, bruv, if you're good, bruv, would you not give Mbappe 200 grand? You would.
Yeah.
It's only because the Ligt's a centre back.
300.
Bruv, it's only because.
But not 300.
Bro, it's only because the Ligt's a centre back.
Yeah.
Because he's the Mbappe of centre backs.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
He is.
So, 19-year-old, wonder kid, prodigy, probably going to be like a once in a generation player. You pay him whatever he wants, blood.
So give him the 300k.
Bruv, I'll give him 300 racks, blood. If you can give 400 to Sanchez, you can give 300 to the Ligt, bro.
Yeah.
I could give the Ligt and Paul Pogba, if they're in the same team, them man are supposed to be on racks, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone else, blood, you're the supporting act. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're good enough, you're old enough. It's the same as if Mbappe is available. If Mbappe wants 250 bags or 300 bags, you give it to him.
You have to give that to him.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I just think it needs to be in young to peak players.
It has to be players you can sell on.
29 and he was already dying.
It was his last
and then we
contract.
give him 450.
It was his last big contract, and you give him that.
The Zlatan thing was a bit different because
there was no signing on fee and he was free, but still.
And he even was a bit more proven. Still had it.
Zlatan sold shirts. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my thing. So there's longevity in the Ligt thing, and also there's a resale value in the Ligt. So even if you give him 300 bags and it don't work out in 4 years, or he wants to leave, someone else will take him and you'll get your money back.
It fits into the model
Precisely.
of players who can kick on to the next level, who will see United as a step up, which arguably from Ajax right now, they're actually better than us. But in the grand scheme of things, they're going to lose players. They're losing De Jong. They're going to lose probably that Ziyech guy as well, because he's very good. So they're going to lose.
I'd cop him, bro.
He's good. He's good.
25 mil they're saying.
That's a snip. That is a snip. It's got to the stage that, like, towards the end of the season, anyone who's with a little bit of good players, like, I'll have him. I'll have him.
Because that tells you how shit we are. That man could take, bruv, man are going to teams that are 8th and that, I'll have him. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck, what is this? I mean, we've fallen so far down, man are looking beneath us for players.
Yeah, I know.
You see what I'm saying? But
mad.
honestly, the Ligt, if he wants 270, 280 or something, pounds, I'm giving it to him because this guy is 10 years, he's future fucking Dutch captain, he's the youngest Ajax captain and Dutch captain in the history of their country. The guy's special, innit? He's an Mbappe, blood. You pay that money. Like, I'm not paying, and I think Woodward would pay the peas. It's just up to if he wants to come or not. He might not fancy it.
We've gone back to the Ligt again. It's like we just can't get away from it. But I don't think he's coming.
No, if he's not coming, let's get Harry Maguire.
I think it's done. Yeah, I think we need to turn.
Koulibaly's wavy,
I don't think he's going to.
But, bruv, just stick to Premier League tried and trusted ballers.
Yeah.
The only man I want to see, coming over, that's not Premier League trainer, is Antoine Grisou, blood, because I know this is certified world class, certified skeng man. Any opportunity he gets, top bins. Like, I know that, innit? Like, it don't matter. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Top bins it out, bro.
Time for question time. Right, I love question time. This is what it's all about. So Neil at Neil1670 says Beckham, Stam, and Scholes. How much would they be worth in the current market? Right, you do Beckham.
Beckham
in the current market.
100
taking in consideration the off-field thing, selling all the shirts as well.
160 million, bruv. I reckon he's worth, like, in this current market, Beckham's worth more than Coutinho went for. So put it that way.
Yeah, because of what he would bring on and off the field.
160, bruv. He's worth Pogba money because Beckham is like, Pogba is like today's rock star kind of footballer, more than a footballer, face of Adidas. That's what Beckham is.
Yeah.
So Beckham is around that, 160 to 180 million, bruv. Neymar went for 200.
Yap Stam, I would say Yap Stam would be if he's, depending on what age you're saying. If you're saying like a young Yap Stam who was like the Licht's age but on stuff coming up through the ranks.
Probably about 70.
Probably about 70, 80. But then if you're saying like the Koulibaly, ready-made, 27, 28.
110 million.
I'd say about 90 million, 90, 100.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paul Scholes, let's say a prime Paul Scholes.
Prime Paul Scholes, because of his position and everything, I think
25 to 30.
He goes
Paul
Scholes. At that age, he goes for like 90 million, I think.
It's mad, isn't it? Like, imagine these players now.
Yeah, and Scholes never moved, blood.
Never moved.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But you ask the top player. You ask Pirlo. You ask Xavi.
Yeah.
You ask Zidane.
Yeah.
I've seen them in interviews say that's where I played against for Scholes, mate. Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
And he's still got it.
He's still got it. At AD Duffy 90 says, does the fact that Ollie has told Rojo he's part of his plans next season prove he's too loyal to the players and won't be ruthless in clearing out the deadwood? We did kind of touch on that.
I don't think he's too loyal to the players because he fucked Herrera off without a farewell, innit?
Yeah.
So Ollie can be ruthless.
But then, you know what? It's hard, innit? Because then I do believe that we've kept Jones and Smalling on extra contracts because him, McPhelan and all of that little...
They just like them.
I believe they've gone, come on boys, just stay with us. I do believe that.
Do you know what it is with football?
Is it ruthless?
With football though,
same with Matt, asking him to stay as well.
With football, it's like if the manager likes you, that's football, unfortunately. Everyone's been in football teams where you're better than a man, but the manager likes this.
It is all about managers.
Yeah, it's all about managers. And that's why...
Aaron Ramsey just gone Juve, Allegri's gone, you could be fucked.
Oh, there you go. And look at Lukaku as well, bruv.
Yeah.
Jose liked him, bruv.
Yeah.
Ollie don't fancy him. This is football, blood. I've got friends that are still playing professionally now, that have signed for a club, new managers come in, new manager don't fancy him. And you only signed last season. All of a sudden, like you've just bought a house with your missus and you're thinking,
you're out the team.
I'm out in the cold now, bro. You know what I mean? I'm on loan.
You got your 3-year contract, so you got your P's coming in, but you're not at that club and you're not going to be for...
But this is it. So like with Ollie just fancies these dead food English players, innit? Like so if you're going to sign English, sign some decent ones, please.
I have to say, I truly haven't made up my mind whether he's ruthless or not because I haven't seen enough of it yet. I haven't seen damning decisions. The Herrera run, all right, cool, but even that, he wanted him to stay.
But once Herrera was doing his business off the field, Ollie probably said, you know what?
Laters.
Like, fuck this, innit? You know what I mean? If you're not with us, you're not with us.
Some of, all right, let's go through some of the decisions he's made that's ruthless, not ruthless. Drop Lukaku.
I thought that was
clearly
ruthless.
That was ruthless.
Because he's on a lot of money, and also he was the favourite of the last manager, so
was it a mixture of injury or ruthlessness? But McTominay started coming in over Matic. I think it was a bit of both.
I think, but I think he realised that Matic was kind of shit though. But then again, when Matic came back, as soon as he was fit, Ollie put him in and that started to lose us games, bruv. So I feel like maybe it was an injury and Ollie just got lucky there.
Eric Bailly was kind of kept out the fold. Injury, yes, but then when he came back for a bit, wasn't really involved. His centre-back pairing was Lindelof and Smalling.
I think
was that ruthless to say that's gonna be my centre back pairing. So latest, but it was a bit mix and match because of some of the games.
Didn't fancy Eric Bailly. I don't know what that's about because when Eric Bailly come in, he looked good. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think Oli just doesn't like him.
I think has he been ruthless with the front three in terms of when they haven't been playing?
He hasn't been ruthless with the front three. He loves Marcus Rashford.
I think the youngsters could have got a bit more. I think Greenwood could have got him maybe a little bit
He favours Rashford and Lingard. He favours them. Like even when they're playing shit, and they have done for like 4 months, like he'll still play them, innit? You know what I mean? So I think that heritage thing and that United DNA thing's got to Oli a bit.
He does like that. He will always buy into that as well. Having coached these guys as well, young as he's coached them. I do think he's said, and I say said because I haven't seen it yet, he has said some ruthless stuff in terms of that. I'll never forget a statement. I will be here. I will be successful here.
Some people won't be
Some people won't be here. That was quite ruthless. I want all my players by this time. Whoever's not fit is staying here. That was fairly ruthless. Yes, some people have played their last game for Man United, etc. That was ruthless.
But no one's left yet, bro.
But no one's left yet. We haven't seen it. So I can't fully judge him until August the 31st. Is that 31 days in August? Yeah. August the 31st, transfer deadline day. It shuts because the door slams shut, and Ollie's made 5 signings and 5 have gone out or whatever. Then we can say, do you know what? He's stuck to it. This question is from Yona Mizaigu. Hope I've pronounced that correctly. She says, what will you consider a successful season, 1920 season for United?
Top four finish.
And even that though, it's difficult to say when you don't know the transfer.
Yeah.
Because if we get to the end of the transfer window, Rants, and we've got pretty much the same team and 2 additions, then we're expecting 6th and 5th again.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. This is it. If we've only got 2 additions and we've got the same team, bro, then man need to boycott this thing.
But ideally, we're looking to get the 5 or 6 signings that we want. 6 is probably a bit ambitious. The 4 to 5 signings that we can realistically do in this window, and you'd say top 4 in it.
I'd say top 4 finish and a better standard of football as well, because the football we've been seeing has been nothing short of diabolical.
Yeah, absolutely. At Harvey Walker, he is actually at Harvey W, did loads of numbers, but I can't say that. At Harvey Walker says, should we loan out Greenwood, Chong and Gomez? I don't think all of them. I think keep Greenwood and keep Chong in there. Maybe loan out Gomez. But it depends, it does depend on whether Ollie has any intention of bringing these men through. Because if he doesn't, including Greenwood, if he doesn't have intention of actually putting him in the first team,
he will play Mason. Ollie's a striker, he likes strikers, that's why he's giving Rashford a chance. But Mason's better than him. Chong,
he does like him.
Chong's good, but for me, he don't have the star quality that Gomez has. You know what I mean? Gomez has got that stardust in it, and he don't have that stardust Chong for me. He's just like decent pace, decent touch and that, but he don't ooze that star quality to me.
For me, I would keep Greenwood in there and I'd loan out Gomez and Chong, only because I think I can't realistically see all 3 of them being on our bench every game and actually getting minutes.
I think Greenwood's the only one that deserves to be in a match day squad. He's the special one.
I would love to see Chong on the bench a lot more and given the opportunity, but realistically with the signings we're going to make as well, and
if we bring in
Daniel
wingers,
James situation as well,
he'll go ahead of Chong straight away.
So I think potentially sending him out on loan could be the best thing, especially at a Premier League club.
Yes.
You know, if someone like
send him to Bournemouth or something with Eddie Howe, blood. Send man to Eddie Howe, blood. Eddie Howe get man doing a little bouncing it and moving it around, fam.
Do you know what I'm saying? I think that would be brilliant, or a Palace or someone like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you think the board will back Ollie if we make the wrong signings and have a bad start to next season?
No,
that's from Big Daddy.
You'll be gone by Christmas, blood. The fans will make sure of it because the fans are starting to turn on him already. I'm gonna be honest. They are, bro. They are. But Bear Man, I start saying, I told you. I knew he wasn't the guy. Should have got Poch. Bear Man are saying that.
I definitely agree with you there. However, where I do disagree is, I don't think the club would throw Ollie out after a bad start in like the first 2 or 3 months. I don't think it will, because I think it's just too many managers in such a short amount of time.
Mutual consent, blood. That them golden words.
Oh, okay, maybe unless Ollie actually, because Ollie's the sort of guy who probably would.
He's got enough pride. He would walk away.
He would go, listen, it's a step up for me. But I don't see the club doing it, because he's a club legend, and as much as some people have turned on him slightly, not turned on him, but questioned, because it was such a bad end.
Man are watching.
But we've got a reprieve. They are really watching.
They're watching.
But we've got a reprieve. We've got a chance to sort it out in the summer, potentially, and do better. So I think they've got to give him the whole season, January transfer window, because he needs a couple of transfer windows to really give him a chance. So unless it goes, I'm saying, when I say horribly, I mean horribly, like we're mid-table below. Like, then I'm like, okay, we can't let this run. But I think if we're in and around...
Bruv, if we start the
fifth
season
and-
how we ended the season last season, he's gone, rude boy. And I reckon he's gone by Christmas.
Yeah, because that was 2 wins in 10. If we play our first 10 games and only
But I
win
don't
2,
think that will happen. I
but
think
that's
we're
what
going to
I'm saying.
start the season strong. I think we're going to
Exactly.
get some good players in.
Absolutely. There we go. This is from Naska Andy Salmi. He says, do you feel big players like Ligt, Griezmann, Dybala will play under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Huge fan from Oslo, Norway.
Would they play?
Yeah.
What do you mean would they play? Would they play well or would they play? Obviously, you'll have to start them.
He just says, do you feel big players like Ligt, Griezmann and Dybala
Oh,
will
as
play?
in they would want to play for him?
Yeah, I think would they want to play for Ole?
I think he's
Basically,
well. I think
he's got the pulling power.
Bruv, I think he's well respected, bruv. He's well respected in the game, yeah. Like even if it's just for the goal in '99, man know who he is, innit? Like don't get it twisted. And also the prestige of the club is still very much there. So with that all in mind, yeah, like I'd have to say, man is still gonna play. Do you think that man didn't want to sign for Barca because it was Luis Enrique, blood?
It's
or Tito
Barcelona.
Villanova? Them man don't care. It's Barcelona, fam. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's what it is. Like people will always be drawn to the club first and foremost because managers change, but the club is still the club.
Which is why we do, like you said about English players and just youngsters in general.
Yeah, you don't
That's
need
why
to
we
sell the
change
club to
model,
them.
because you won't need to.
You don't need to sell the club
and they got
to
the chance
these
to be
man.
part of something
Yeah.
really special to rebuild. If you get
These
to be
man
part of
know,
that, it's
yeah,
massive.
if you get the number 7 shirt at United, it's iconic, bro.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to tell them that. You know what I mean? You don't need them to play a piano or nothing. Them man just turn up and graft, blood. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas these foreign man, you kind of have to sell the club to. No, I'm not selling the club to you, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I need to sell the club to you, you're not the player that needs to be here.
Absolutely. Listen, we've come to the end of the show. Absolutely flown by. We tried to keep off the Ligt thing, but it came back up. We spoke about Lukaku potentially going to Inter Milan and the wages thing. We spoke about Ole's ruthlessness. We spoke about incomings, outgoings, etc., etc. Let us know about all the things we've been speaking about, and let us know whether you agree or disagree. As per usual, United stand game. I don't want to do a spoiler, so we'll leave it. But we had a great game. I do want to do a spoiler, but let's leave it. That vlog will be coming out very, very soon of that match, and loads more games to come up as well. Keep buying the United Stand shirts. They are going like hotcakes all around the world. Rants, socials.
At Rants and Rants on social media, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah,
And
active.
the fight vlog's coming
And
out.
the fight vlog is out.
It's out, yeah.
It's out. It's out.
And what can people
man.
expect more of? Like,
first
as you
one.
keep going with that, is it going to be like a weekly vlog?
Yeah,
every
I've got
fortnight?
weekly vlogs. I've got weekly ones, and then on fight night there's going to be a behind the scenes, everything as well, bro. But there's going to be a weekly vlog. You're going to see loads of like well-known faces in there. Obviously, my brother's in there. Expression Savage Dan's in there. I'm going to have Michael Venom Page in there. Few other well-known fighters, boxers, and just my friends, bro. They're going to be down at the gym.
There should be a little bit of bias from me in terms of, obviously I want you to win the fight, but I am actually watching it as a fan. Like I want to see the build-up, because I'm watching from afar. I'll be in the Dominican on holiday at the time.
Yeah.
But the build-up, I'm fully there for it, and I'm looking forward to it. My socials, Flex UTD across all of them. You know where to find me. Make sure you guys are obviously subscribing to the United Stand and United Stand TV across all the socials, on Instagram, Twitter as well. And we will be back same time, same place next week.